Good day, everybody. I was going to say good morning, but by the time I upload this, it might not be morning, so good day. So I am getting ready to go grocery shopping. I try not to go out these days unless I really, really have to. I go out for work and then I come back home and stay home, basically, as much as I can. But today I need to go get some groceries. I guess I'm doing this video because I want to show some of you perhaps something that is not a reality in your home. But I suppose I'm doing this video to maybe be a voice for people who don't have a voice, or even for people who are too afraid to speak up. So just a little disclaimer, Mom, okay? What I'm about to show you is my fridge and my pantry, and they're pretty empty, and I'm going to show you my shopping list, which is not that long, okay? The reason I want to show this again, this is, I can afford to buy food, and I could fill my fridge up, I could fill my pantry up, I could do that no problem, but I choose not to do it because I want to keep as much on the shelves as I can for others who might need it. I live by myself, so I can afford to live off scraps and whatever and whatnot, like I don't care. And so I try not to hog the stuff from the shelves that other people will need, maybe bigger families, older people, whatever, right? And, you know, all the panic buying has also forced stores to put prices up on some of the necessities that we need. So while I go out today, I'm actually going to try to record or, you know, keep you up to date with my adventures of getting food that I need, and from the list that I've written down, and see how much it costs me at the end of the road, which I know is going to be a lot more than what it would have been before everybody just went out and emptied out the stores and filled up their pantries and fridges. Now, if you did that, I don't want to make you feel bad, but I do want to bring up a reality that for some people, not me, I choose to live with the necessities, but there are some people who just cannot afford to buy, to stock up their fridges and to stock up their pantries. They just can't afford to do that. Some of them have big families, some of them, you know, most of us have lost our jobs. I have, and I was fortunate enough to get another one, but not everybody's in that situation. Some people just right now are struggling financially and they just cannot get what they need. And with people who can and have like completely emptied the stores and the shelves, you've made it very hard, not impossible, but very hard for people who don't have a lot of money, who don't have the resources to be able to get the food that they need, because prices are now way up on some of the basic stuff. And most of those people already had problems buying food before this crisis hit. So anyway, so I'm just trying to, I don't know, let you in on my life and maybe hopefully be a bit of a voice for those who can't voice their concerns out, or are just too afraid to speak up. So anyways, I'm going to show you my list first, and then I'm going to show you my fridge and my freezer and my pantry, just to give you an idea of what somebody else's fridge and pantry might look like, and not by purpose, right? Like I said, I can afford to buy food. If I wanted to stock up and fill her up to the rim, I could. I choose not to, because I can live and survive on for a long time with what I do have. And with the little bit that I am going to get, I'm still going to be okay for a long time. But this, what I'm going to show you, is the reality of probably more people than not, especially during these days. So I'm going to head, show you my list, show you my stuff. So this, sorry for the shakiness there, this is my big grocery list. A small bag of flour. I say small bag because some people have been emptying out the shelves with the big bags of flour. I want to leave those for bigger families. So all I need is a small bag for myself. I already have a little bit of flour left, so I just want to top it off with a little bit more flour, and that's all I need. I put a loaf of bread, question mark, so depending on how many, if there are loaves of bread and how many there are, I might grab one so I can do my sandwiches. I already have a loaf, but I might stick one in the freezer so that I can extend the life of my bread and make sandwiches for a while. But anyways, if there isn't a whole lot of bread left, I'm just going to leave it for somebody else. Like I said, other people might need it more than me. So now I'm going to show you my fridge. All right, so this is literally what my fridge looks like. Carton of milk, mayonnaise, margarine, coffee, water, cheese, and my 4 eggs in my crate, and then just a whole bunch of condiments right here. Okay, this is what my fridge looks like. This is what my list looks like. Okay, I'm not binge shopping, I'm not panic buying, I'm just getting a few of the necessities that I need to be able to eat somewhat healthy anyways, and not empty the shelves out for, other people might need it. Here is my cooler, or freezer, whatever, and my cat want to get in there. So I have a few things in there. I've got a handful of frozen hamburger and pork chop, and I got to clean my freezer. There's lots of crumbs down there. Anyways, some sauce that I made, some frozen veggies and fruits, and then some juice, of course, and a rotten banana for banana bread. Keeping that for later. And this is my pantry. No, Pookie, don't go in there. So this is my pantry. A couple of packets of ramen noodle, thing to eat my hamburger with, my loaf of bread, peanut butter, some rice, some dried fruits, and a couple things, and onions, and a bag of potatoes. Anyway, so a little corner there, I'm going to show you that. So here I have a couple of canned goods, not a whole lot, mostly tomato juice, and a couple boxes of just crackers, and oh look, I do have macaroni. So well then, I don't need macaroni. Now I got spaghetti, one thing of sauce, and a couple boxes of cereal down there, and that's it. That's all I got. All right, so that's pretty much it. My cats have food for a whole month. I probably do if I stretch things out properly. But anyways, that was it. That was my fridge, that was my freezer, that was my pantry and what I have. And now I'm going to go to the store, get my list. Obviously, I can scratch off the macaroni. I don't need the macaroni because I have a box that I didn't know I had. So I'll scratch that off. Anyways, so I'll go to the store and see what I can do there. All right, I'm back. My shopping trip probably took about 6 minutes inside the store. So that was pretty good. Short and sweet. Anyways, one thing that I did like with the bread, there was a sign at the store that I went at that said no more than 2 loaves per customer, which is great because then, other people were able to have some and the rack was full. So I got my loaf of bread. Also, since I didn't need the macaroni, I swapped and got a little package of shortening because I'd run out, and then I realized, well, I'm getting the flour, so I might as well get the shortening as well because I'm going to need it if I want to bake anything. So anyways, I'm going to show you what I bought, and then I'm going to tell you how much that cost me. And imagine a family who has very little money with a fridge that basically looks like mine and pantry that looks like mine, how much money this is going to cost them to feed their family, because they're going to have to buy a heck of a whole lot more than what I just bought. And, it wasn't cheap. So I'm going to show you and then tell you how much it cost. Alrighty, so this is all I got. All right, so I have the receipt here in my hand, and all of that, those few items, okay, there's not a whole lot in there, it's just a little bit, cost me $26.74. Okay, $26.74 for 7 items. Okay? Now imagine a family needing to fill their fridge up, and because of all the panic buying, well, they probably can't feed their families properly. So, thankfully, what I wanted, everything was on the shelves. Just the flour, the shelves were pretty bare, but the one that I bought, there was still quite a few left. Not a whole lot, but a handful of them left, so I was able to get one. But yeah, just think about that. Just think about that. Okay, I live by myself. That's going to last me a while, and I'll be fine with that. That along with what I have in my freezer, but anyways, yeah. So it's just maybe something to think about, or if you do have a lot and you've stocked up your pantries and your fridges, and you've got plenty to go around, find somebody, a neighbor or somebody that you think might need it, or ask around to see if somebody might need an extra hand. Help each other out. Yeah, because it's going to be tough for some people to be able to get all the food that they need, not just the wants, because I do have a bag of chips or two, stashed away. We all have our comfort foods, but beyond the comfort foods and all that, but the stuff that people actually really need to be able to feed themselves and feed their families in a time when money for many is a huge issue with this crisis. Some people can't leave the house the way they might want to, et cetera, right? There's a whole bunch of reasons, but hopefully, I know I'm not the only one with a fridge that looks like that, or a pantry that looks like that. I keep it that way so that others can get the food that they need, because like it or not, our grocery stores have been having a whole lot of trouble trying to keep up with the demands, because people are just yanking stuff off the shelves. Yeah. I'm not even getting into the toilet paper thing.